Showtime!
Ladies and gentlemen, please make your way to your seats.
Showtime!
Please make your way to your seats. The show is about to begin.
Showtime!
Let the magic begin.
These auto-focusing glasses.
Yeah. So the ViXion, ViXion01 glasses. I don't know how to pronounce that. They're a new type of eyewear that uses a front-facing time-of-flight sensor, which measures the distance of a target object and quickly adjusts the lens on the go. So it allows the wearer to see objects clearly at both far and close distances without having to manually focus their eyes. The glasses apparently were designed for people who struggle to focus their eyes due to strain, old age, or even time of day. But they can also be beneficial for people who work on detailed tasks, such as model kit assembly or reading small print. I know I have trouble reading small print nowadays, so that would be helpful. Apparently, they're lightweight, comfortable to wear. They have a 10-hour battery life, charge via USB-C, and they're water resistant. And they're currently available for pre-order, I think it's around $700. But that's just in Japan. They didn't talk about any plans for an overseas launch just yet.
So it talks about this person who was demoing it had myopia around negative 45D, and now I don't negative 4.5D. Sorry, I don't quite understand how bad or good that is. But does this mean that I can use these instead of my glasses?
No, I don't think so, because I think that they're not current. Well, hold on. Let me rephrase that. They're not currently available with a prescription lens. So that means that people who need corrective lenses will not be able to use the glasses. So I'm not an optometrist, so I'm not sure what if you need cheaters, I think that's what they're called. This might help with cheaters. I don't know. Apparently if you need prescription lenses, this isn't for you, apparently, right now.
So these go about $690 US by the looks of it. And the lens looks small. Like I'm looking at this, you see the picture on the screen.
Yeah.
You have to look through that small of a thing.
Well, you're not going to notice it when it's right up at your eyes. The thing I'm worried about,
I guess so.
As yeah. I just saw a video the other day on TikTok on people who wear glasses, and that you shouldn't wear your glasses all the time if you don't have to. Like if you only need them for reading, only use them for reading, because apparently your eyes get lazy, and so the more you wear them, the more the worse your vision could get, and that's what I'm worried about with these things.
Yeah, and I don't know. I look left to right with my eyes. I'm not always looking straight forward, so I guess it's for small. I'm just trying to figure out who it's for, because it's not for casual wear by the sound of it, because your peripheral vision will suffer looking at those lenses. Like there's going to be a circle somewhere you can't. So it's for people doing focused work with something in front of them.
Maybe for driving.
Reading, I would say not. I don't know. I haven't tried them on, but this looks like it would interfere with your peripheral vision.
Yeah, this isn't one that I'm really too excited about, but I do think that it seems like there's some use cases for it. Again, there's thousands of products that get released at CES every year, and not every product makes it is successful, right? And but again, we're no experts. There must be a use case, because they've gotten this to a place where they can sell it in Japan, right? So there must be a demand for it.
I could see, if you're a dentist, they have those, or anything where you're small artist, that kind of stuff. But it seems like a limited use case. But again, this is in its infancy. If you could actually make the lenses smaller but cover the whole glass, my disappointment with things like Apple Vision, which is coming out soon, is that you've got to get if you have glasses, you have to get specialized lenses built specifically for this, put inside them. And at this point, I feel like with this type of electronics, and you're talking about a screen close to you, why can't we build my eye problem into the software? You know what I mean? That this has to be pixelated at a certain level where my right eye is slightly different. My eyes are different for prescription. But my point being is, why isn't software doing this? And I think this is a step in the right direction for. We're going to eventually have universal glasses that just adjust to my eyes. So I can just go do, get it clear, and off I go. But I don't know how far that is. I think this is a leap. I'm interested in seeing, like, we need this type of technology in any sort of the VR glasses that people want us to use, so that glass-enabled people can wear them. Otherwise, it's going to be a hard sell. And I 100% agree with you on that. I find the more I use my glasses, the more blurry things are when I take them off, and it just becomes, you're right, it's lazy. And more so with my newer glasses, because my other glasses were they were a little wide in the head, so they kept slipping off, so I would only put them on when I needed them versus walk. And now I notice I wear these all the time, and I notice a big difference when I take them off.
For sure. Yeah, I think so. There is technology out there that I think they're using it in cell phones right now. They're liquid lenses, which can be adjusted, right? And I think that if we get to that technology, if we can scale that to glasses, that's where we're going to get the adjustable lenses, real-time adjustable lenses that are clear, that look just like regular glasses.
What do you think some of the potentials are beyond vision correction, like we've been talking about?
Beyond vision correction, like there's like, I don't know. It could be used for bird watching, maybe, so that you don't need binoculars. Who knows? Like, is there a zoom on these? I'm not sure. If there is, that's great. That could be used. It could be used for enhanced productivity, so eliminating the need to, which is weird, but it's kind of making people lazy, eliminating the need to manually focus the eyes, so you could potentially stay focused on tasks for longer periods of time. Obviously, it's going to make it easier to work on a computer, because with different size fonts, different resolutions, things like that. But I have a question for you. When you're working on your computer, do you use dark mode, or do you use light mode, or do you mix between the two?
My computer automatically switches at a certain time.
Okay.
So
I always use dark mode. I find it much better for eye strain, at least.
It looks more yellowy, and I don't like that look.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. Well, I'm thinking, I'm not necessarily thinking dark mode. I'm thinking, what was that where they stopped using the blue light and they switched
contrast?
No, they've added in these things that the blue light is what keeps you up. So they've added software in them in the last few years you can adjust the blue light so everything goes a little bit different. But yeah, what you're saying,
I'm just saying dark, like a dark background with white font. Yeah,
definitely. It depends. It depends what I'm doing. Yeah. I prefer dark mode on a lot of apps, but there's some apps I don't.
Yeah. Well, if they're doing it right, but yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Like right now, I'm using StreamYards here. I don't think it's not in dark mode. I've got Google Doc in the background, not in dark mode, but I got Drafts in dark mode and 2 other apps in dark mode. So, I definitely use that. I try to use that in the evenings because I have sleeping issues, so that, when I'm looking at a computer in the evening, it's not blasting me full of that stuff. But this stuff looks interesting. I like the idea of, adding something like this eventually to our R1 type of AI, where you're just looking around and it can automatically respond, like you were saying. So this is there's no heads up display in this. It's just an auto focusing magnification of some sort. So if you're reading and you're struggling, you can see the letters more clear, like having a magnifying glass or rolling one of those. Remember, you used to have those magnifying rulers that you'd roll over your stuff with you on the desk. Yeah, things like that where you can see more. I know once in a while I have to use my camera on my iPhone to take a picture of something, and then I'll blow up the picture to read it because my eyes, I can't read whatever this is.
Yeah, so this can be used for that, right?
Absolutely, but it's $700, right? So you have to be needing that a fair bit. So this is great first run. It's interesting. We'll have to see what the next steps of this types of technology is.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, so I think the biggest problem with these that they're facing is the battery life. So if you're going to use it for the whole day, if you need to use it for the whole day, they only last for 10 hours, right? So there's no charging case or anything like that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how they. I'm curious as to why the battery capacity is only 10 hours based on the usability of it, right? Is it because they're constantly adjusting? Is that why? I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting question because they're not little screens in there; it's opticals, right?
Yeah. So I know the time of flight lens at the camera at the front is constantly on, but that can't drain too much battery. Maybe.
But we've talked about different battery technologies. That's improving. I'm sure once they figure out a powered case, then that becomes less of an issue. And the battery life on these things become, once you can put it in a case for a half hour and get fully charged or come close to it, you're good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Like there are other use cases too, like gaming. You could create a more immersive virtual reality experience or see objects in the game more clearly. Surgeons could use it to see more clearly during surgery. I think that would be a great use case. Surgeries, well, there are some that last 10 hours, but most are under 10 hours. So there's a lot of different use cases for sure.
Absolutely. At the beginning, I mentioned dentists but doctors, going in there when they're looking inside you, doing anything like that. Where you have to focus on something, and adding a little logic to this where you can actually get it to zoom in on something or someone in a crowd or in in a doctor's on an organ or whatnot would be very useful. And like I said, this is a really cool technology. It's just not, what I want yet. I want the third or fourth generation down the road from this, that I don't have to buy new glasses again because it automatically adjusts, or I can run a program to automatically adjust it or whatever, like your printer where you realign the and be able to eventually get a heads up display in this. So the concept is good. We're just early stages.
Yeah, early stages. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, great concept. We'll see. We'll have to see where it goes for sure.
Wow, that was amazing.
That is all